He is easily the most famous and the most influential person the world has ever known. His fame is inescapable. Not only is the cross the single most popular icon in human history, the most popular charm, the most popular earring, the popular tattoo, the necklace that the world and all of human history has seen, but the calendar worldwide got split on this guy, BC AD. He's recognized by every single major world religion. In fact, every major world religion has to say something about him because you can't escape him. He's a word of praise on some people's lips. He's a word of curse on others. I got a guy in my group who was like, Jesus was never talked about growing up unless someone stubbed their toe, but he was still on their lips. He was still on their list. The evidence for his existence historically has been attested by more than 5,000 ancient manuscripts, which blows away any manuscript evidence for any other historical character in the ancient world. He's changed the course of human history because he's changed the way that we look at kids. In the first century, infanticide was a popular practice, meaning if you got a kid that you didn't want, you'd leave him by the trash can, especially if they were a young female. You know what the Christians did? When they followed Jesus, they started seeing his attention to kids, and the Christian movement started adopting kids, creating orphanages. He changed the way that we look not only at kids, but also at women. When women didn't have a standing in the first century and their testimony not admissible in a court of law, Jesus was the one who first elevated women, telling them that they had equal status, equal place. They had leverage and influence in the local church from the very beginning. This was a movement of God. Jesus also empowered his people to start hospitals. When people in the ancient world were running away from the plagues, it was the Christians who were running heedlessly into the sickness to care for people, and then they started attaching that to churches, which then birthed the hospital movement. You can't escape this guy, and yet he wasn't a king. He wasn't a military ruler. He wasn't a political man. He was a first century Jewish carpenter. That demands an explanation. That demands an answer. You see, you and I can't stay neutral about this guy. He's changed everything. And we have to answer the question, who is this guy?